Welcome. If you're here today, it's because you're ready to make some changes for your health, starting with the most important meal of the day, breakfast. Breakfast is like the foundation for the rest of your day. It's the meal that fuels you for the morning, giving you the energy and nutrients you need to kickstart your activities, your job, your workouts, and more. However, just like any other meal, it's essential to choose foods wisely. Some seemingly harmless foods might look good on your plate, but they can actually harm your health in the long run. Let's talk about the foods that you may want to consider avoiding during breakfast. We'll dive deep into what makes them so harmful, how they affect your body, and most importantly, what healthier alternatives you can choose instead. Before we get into the foods to avoid, let's take a minute to understand why breakfast is so important. After an overnight fast, your body has used up the energy stores from the previous day. Eating breakfast is like fueling your car. It makes sure you have enough energy to get through your morning tasks. If you skip breakfast or load up on sugary foods that don't provide real nutrients, you're likely to feel sluggish, cranky, and lethargic. But if you fuel your body with the right kind of foods, you'll find that your mood improves, your energy levels stay high, and your mind stays sharp. So, let's explore the foods that can have the opposite effect. 1. Sugary cereals. A sweet rush that won't last. Let's start with a classic, sugary cereals. These are often marketed as being convenient and nutritious, but they're far from being healthy. While they may seem like a quick, easy option, sugary cereals are filled with refined sugars, artificial flavors, and colors. What happens when you consume sugary cereals is that your blood sugar spikes rapidly. This gives you an instant burst of energy, but it's often followed by a sharp crash, leaving you feeling tired and hungrier than before. The issue here is the blood sugar roller coaster. When you eat a bowl of sugary cereal, your body has to work overtime to process all that sugar, and the energy boost is short-lived. Soon, you'll crave more sugar, leading to a vicious cycle of energy crashes and cravings. This pattern can also increase your risk of insulin resistance over time, a major factor in developing conditions like type 2 diabetes. If you're used to sugary cereals, try switching to whole grain cereals that are high in fiber. Fiber helps slow down the digestion of sugar, keeping your blood sugar levels steady. Also, be sure to check the label for added sugars. Even healthy cereals can be loaded with sugar. Opt for cereals that list whole grains as their first ingredient, and if you need a little sweetness, add in some fresh fruit like berries or banana slices. 2. Pastries, donuts, and croissants. Tasty but unhealthy. Who doesn't love a warm, buttery croissant or a fluffy donut with their coffee? While pastries are undeniably delicious, they're typically made with refined flour, sugar, and unhealthy fats. Ingredients that aren't doing your body any favors, especially first thing in the morning. Pastries are loaded with empty calories, meaning they don't provide much nutritional value. They might satisfy your sweet tooth for a short time, but they don't offer long-lasting energy. This is because they're mostly made up of processed flour and sugar, which cause blood sugar levels to spike and then crash. As a result, you'll feel hungry again sooner than you'd like, and you may end up eating more throughout the day. Additionally, pastries are often fried, which means they're loaded with trans fats. Trans fats are known to contribute to heart disease and other chronic health conditions. Instead of reaching for pastries, consider making whole grain alternatives at home. You can bake healthy oatmeal cookies, whole wheat muffins, or even healthy protein pancakes. These options will give you the same comforting feel of a pastry but without all the unhealthy fats and sugars. If you're craving that buttery croissant flavor, try making a whole grain avocado toast with a drizzle of olive oil for healthy fats and fiber. 3. Sugary drinks. The breakfast villains you don't always see. When you think of breakfast, you probably think of a hot cup of coffee or a glass of juice to get your day started. But What if I told you that your favorite morning beverage could be working against you? Many breakfast drinks, like sweetened coffee, sugary lattes, and fruit juices, are packed with added sugars and empty calories. These drinks can cause a sharp spike in blood sugar levels, just like sugary cereals and pastries. Sugary drinks, including sodas, sweetened iced teas, and flavored coffees, are often seen as a quick energy fix, but they give you a burst of energy followed by an inevitable crash. Your body doesn't benefit from the vitamins and nutrients it needs to function. Instead, you get a sugar overload that doesn't contribute to satiety or overall well-being. In fact, sugary beverages can also be a major contributor to weight gain and increase your risk for heart disease, diabetes, and even liver issues. Instead of reaching for that sweetened latte, consider switching to black coffee or green tea. Both of these beverages provide a gentler, more sustained energy boost. Green tea is also packed with antioxidants and can help boost your metabolism. If you love smoothies, try making your own with whole fruits, vegetables, and unsweetened almond milk, instead of buying sugary pre-made smoothies or juices. 4. Pancakes and waffles with syrup, the sugar bomb. Pancakes and waffles are often seen as a treat, but when paired with syrup, butter, and whipped cream, they turn into a sugar bomb. Like pastries, pancakes and waffles are typically made with refined white flour, which is low in fiber and nutrients. This causes a quick spike in blood sugar, followed by a crash that leaves you feeling sluggish and hungry again. The syrup that's often poured over these breakfast favorites is loaded with high fructose corn syrup, a cheap, processed sugar that can lead to weight gain and increased risks for chronic diseases like diabetes. The heavy butter and whipped cream can also contribute to unhealthy fat intake, which, when consumed in excess, can lead to high cholesterol and other heart-related issues. So what's the solution? Instead of traditional pancakes or waffles, try making them at home using whole grain or almond flour. These options are packed with fiber and protein to keep you full for longer. You can also top them with fresh fruit, a dollop of Greek yogurt, or even a small amount of honey instead of syrup. This way, you're still getting that satisfying, indulgent feel but without all the harmful ingredients. 5. Bacon and sausages, processed meats that aren't ideal for breakfast. For many, bacon and sausage are an essential part of a hearty breakfast, but these processed meats are packed with unhealthy fats, sodium, and preservatives. While they do provide protein, they also contain saturated fats and cholesterol, which can contribute to heart disease and high blood pressure when consumed frequently. Plus, these meats are typically loaded with nitrates and nitrites, chemicals that are used to preserve the meat but have been linked to an increased risk of cancer. Rather than reaching for bacon and sausages, try incorporating leaner proteins into your breakfast. Eggs, Greek yogurt, and turkey sausage are all excellent alternatives. Eggs are a great source of high-quality protein, and they provide important nutrients like vitamin B12, iron, and healthy fats. For a plant-based option, try adding some tofu or beans to your breakfast for a protein-packed, heart-healthy start to the day. 6. Flavored yogurt, sweetened and not so healthy. Yogurt is often considered a healthy choice for breakfast because of its probiotics and high protein content. However, many commercially available flavored yogurts are loaded with added sugars, artificial sweeteners, and preservatives, which can undermine the health benefits of the yogurt itself. When you consume flavored yogurt, you may not realize how much sugar you're actually eating. A typical serving of flavored yogurt can have as much sugar as a candy bar. This high sugar content can lead to a blood sugar spike, followed by a crash, which can leave you feeling hungry and lethargic. If you love yogurt in the morning, go for plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt instead. Greek yogurt is thicker, creamier, and higher in protein than regular yogurt. You can add your own toppings like fresh berries, nuts, seeds, or a drizzle of honey to sweeten it up naturally without overloading on sugar. So, there you have it, 6 common breakfast foods that you might want to avoid if you're aiming for better health. By steering clear of sugary cereals, pastries, sugary drinks, and processed meats, you can make a huge difference in how you feel throughout the day. Instead, focus on whole grains, lean proteins, healthy fats, and fresh fruits and vegetables to give your body the nutrients it needs for sustained energy. Remember, breakfast is an opportunity to set the tone for the rest of your day. Choose wisely, and your body will thank you for it. You don't have to give up your favorite breakfast foods completely, but with a few simple changes, you can make your mornings healthier and more energizing. What are your go-to breakfast foods? Do you avoid any of the foods mentioned in this video? Drop a comment below and let us know what works for you.